Hi, welcome to this week's Reflections, my weekly vlog. I was thinking today, today's been an interesting day. It is cold. I don't know where you are. Check in, let me know where you're here from, if you're here live, because it is cold. And I was supposed to have brunch with a friend today, and she called to say that she was under the weather. And I'm glad she decided not to go out because it is cold. And if she wasn't feeling well, she would have gotten even colder. So, anyway, we postponed it. There's no urgency. But I want to say how vulnerable so many of us must feel to the weather. Um, I was supposed to have a couple of medical appointments this week. I was supposed to go for an MRI on Tuesday, and we had so much ice. It wasn't even the snow, it was rain, super cold, a little bit of snow. Hi, Eileen. Um, yeah, let me know when you're here and where you're from, and are you in the cold like us in Boston? But I felt so I so let me step back a minute. I always second guess myself. If I'm getting a strong inclination about something, I'm never quite sure. I have to do a double take because is this strong intuition or is this my resistance? Because both, either one can be there. Oh, thanks, Eileen. I'm feeling so much better. I keep getting better and better. Dr. Perrin is coming, not this coming week, but the week after. And I have a feeling that the residual congestion, I have congestion and it doesn't go away. I think it's related to all of the central lymphatic dysfunction. And I think after Perrin and all of the Perrin work, it will clear out my head. At least that's what I'm hoping. Hi, Sherry and Cheryl. 13 degrees. Oh my God. I think we're up to 20. So we're a little warmer than you. And Mary Kay. Hi, Catherine and Jody. Yes, South Florida. Yeah. 65 degrees. Yeah, that's a whole different ball game. And the folks in California too. Where's Julie? Julie, where are you? Are you here? Julie always from Camarillo. She always pops in and gives us the weather report because it's usually beautiful there. Um, so so as I was saying, this, second guessing myself. Well, I was supposed to go for an MRI on Tuesday, and I am not a huge fan of MRIs. I'm slightly claustrophobic. And I'm like, oh no, I hate this. But anyway, I called and I was going to have to dig out my car, and it was so much ice. And then I had another doctor's appointment on Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, and we had ice storms. And I ended up postponing both of them. And again, there was this, should I do this? Should I not? And then when I called the hospital to postpone, the woman who said, I just drove in from the town next to you, and it was a slippery, slidey mess. And I thought to myself, that was my sign that I had made the right choice for me. And then on the second day, my landlord had to stop by for something, and he said that the stairs were covered with a layer of ice this thick, like an inch and a half thick. And I thought to myself, the last thing in the world that I needed was to fall down the stairs. So this is my way of saying I'm learning to trust myself. I'm learning to listen to the inner voice that is pretty loud, from all the years of work we've done, where I say, listen to yourself, get quiet and listen to what's right for you. That we're all, oh, here's Bella. so, so I don't quite understand it. Like she has this intuitive sense, maybe when she sees me looking at the computer and talking, that she knows that there's more people here. And she likes to say hi. All right, Bella, you want to say hi? Okay, go ahead. You can say hi. Um, thank God for my cats. Um, especially Bella. She's such a wonderful cat. I knew that I was starting to, when I started to look on YouTube for cat videos, I'm like, oh, really? Are you really doing this? But I have to say that I find it a very wonderful, soothing part of my day. So, yeah, inner voice, parent conference. Okay, so the let me just put this because there's a bunch of stuff here. Stuff it says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who it is. The parent conference is happening not this coming week, but the week after, February 2, 3, and 4. I have been waiting for him for 6 months. I am so glad he's going to be here shortly. Um, the drink mix for the keto study, it's on its way. That's from the wisdom circles. The next wisdom circle is the last Sunday of this month, and then the study is going to be starting. And yes, thank you, I feel better. um Oh, here it is. Julie, I just asked you. You must have heard me. It's 65 and cloudy in Camarillo. Yeah, I didn't want to fall and break a hip, the MRI. So let me tell you. So I have to tell you the rest of the story because that's the purpose of my vlog today. So I was going through, I just hope no one from the hospital sees this, but I just kept having reasons to postpone my MRI, which was scheduled in early December. I was congested and I wasn't feeling good, and the idea of being in an MRI when I was having trouble breathing was more than I could handle. So I postponed it. And then I got sick. I was like had a cold and didn't, so forget that. And then we had some weather stuff. I had trouble with the car. I mean, if there was a reason that I could find, I used it till finally Saturday came, this past Saturday, after I had postponed from Tuesday. And I was like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Should I just go? I have a appointment with my primary care on Monday, the purpose of which is to go over these tests. And I thought, all right, should I go? Should I not go? Anyway, I have this thing, you know, most of the battle is get dressed and walk out the door. Once I'm out the door and I'm in the car, I'm going. So I went. Now, number one, it was on a Saturday. Number two, there was hardly anyone at the hospital. It was like I was the only person in the MRI space, plus the people running the MRI. They were so kind. Oh my God. It was two ladies, one a little older than the other one, neither one of them really old, but one a little more mature because she had some teenage kids because we got into a conversation. And she was so calming. And they needed to do an MRI with and without contrast, which means that they had to put in an IV line, and my veins are difficult at best. So one of them went to put in the IV line, and the other one, the more mature woman, she said, "You know what? Let's see how she does. We don't want to put an IV line if she can't, if I didn't want to be in the MRI machine." And so she just gave me all this space. And so they did a trial run. They put me in the MRI and they said, "How's that? You can, and then they took me out. They were gentle. They were kind. They were in no hurry. They let me take as much time as I needed. And then she gave me a bulb that if at any point I needed to come out, I just had to squeeze it and they would get me out of the MRI. I'll tell you, it turned out to be amazing. And then the other part, I'm a meditator. I just said, okay, just breathe. So I did. Anjay is a meditation teacher and he meets with us twice a month. And he often takes us through breathing exercises. So, one of the breathing exercises that I particularly love, very simple. Breathe in, and then the out breath is twice as long as the in breath. So, breathe in for 3 and breathe out for 6. And they did the MRI. And then after about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes, they took me out and they did the IV. IV. I usually am black and blue. Let me see how bad it is. Not bad at all. Let me show you. I don't think you can see it. Have a little black and blue. Usually I get hematomas, but very easy. So, I have all these crazy experiences in healthcare. And I am so pleased that there was space for there to be something this kind and this gentle in the midst of all of this. So I wanted to share, even in the most dire kinds of situations, MRI for me is a dire situation. There's always space for there to be something wonderful. I walked away feeling blessed. I walked away feeling with everything that's going on that it was a blessing. So I want to point you in the direction that we have a free webinar tomorrow, because pain is the thing that most of us deal with on a daily basis. And so let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Pain management webinar. It's a freebie. Brian Hayward is a friend of mine. We met at an entrepreneurs group many years ago. And it turned out that he has very severe arthritis, and he's a chemical engineer. And so he had done a lot of research for himself in the use of CBD for pain management. I had a hip replacement, and I could not get a hip replacement right away. It took me over a year because I had to lose weight before they would do it. And it took me a very long time because of all of my lipedema and everything, and menopause. And yeah. So through all of that, I found CBD, and it really helped me to survive. At the time, I was severely limited in my mobility. And so I invited Brian to come. He's given a number of webinars. So one of the things we've discovered that pain is the number one concern for most of the lipedema ladies. So we're putting a lot of focus on it this year. So come if you haven't signed up already. The link to sign up is learn.lipedema-simplified.org/pain-webinar. And we're going to be having a webinar on pain every month this year, because again, that's what everyone has told us, that's what is the most concerning for us. It is for me too. Let me just take a look at the chat. Okay. So there's one other thing that I want to let you know, because actually two. Let me tell you about Perrin. Dr. Perrin is doing a free webinar. It's geared towards the clinician. So if you're a clinician or anyone you know, here it is. If you want to come, feel free to come, but it's really for clinicians because it's looking at alternative pathways to clear the lymphatic system. And I can't wait because I've been dealing with all this swelling in my upper body and in my face and in my neck. And I'm hoping that this clears it out. But anyway, that's January 24th at 1 p.m. This is Eastern Time. Dr. Perrin will be here, and he'll be doing an hour webinar. So we have two, one on pain and one with Dr. Perrin this week. And we've had a super early bird special. If you're a tribe member, you have a special rate to begin with, but this is for everybody else. The super early bird special is good until January 23rd, which is in a couple of days. And then the price goes up. So our event is in April. It's Keto and Beyond. And there's the link to it. There's a coupon code, but I believe I automated it. So if you click the link, it should automatically give you a discount. The cost is $3.97. Our super early bird special, only until Wednesday, is 97, and then it's going to go up. So if you want to come, now's the time to sign up and save some money. We put a lot of emphasis on that because we're trying to help. That's why. All right, ladies. I think that does it for this week. Oh, wait, someone put a very long thing. This is interesting. Sherry says, a surgeon just recommended that I have a peniculectomy before having surgery for lipedema. I have a large abdominal apron from a couple of big weight losses. I have stage 3-4 lipodema. I'm worried about it making my condition worse, but have this huge overhang. I'm 65. Any studies on this or experience in this group? She said it would improve my quality of life since it does prevent me from walking and moving well. You know, Sherry, it's such a personal experience. How well do you know the surgeon? What are some of the surgeon's success rate with other patients? Has the surgeon worked with or is familiar with lipedema? There are so many questions. I would strongly recommend posting in the Facebook groups or posting in our tribe if you're a member of tribe. And if you're not, just go on Facebook. There's a group on Facebook on lipedema and liposuction. She does have one per week. So if she's been seeing a lot of lipedema patients, go with your gut. You're the one who knows. It is a intense surgery. Um, and it has quite a healing curve. Yeah. Sherry says we have a Q&A coming up on Tuesday for our tribe members. So if you can, come join that. And always feel free to post. So good luck, Sherry. Please let us know how it goes. And to everyone, have a wonderful week. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for stopping in. This came up again. Make sure you sign up for the super early bird if you haven't already. And I want to thank you and say blessings. Have a wonderful week. Bye.